Good morning to you all. I just got back from work and I had some political thoughts on my mind that I would like to share with you all. And that's what I'm here for today. I am social democracy, and I hope each and every one of you are doing well. I want to talk about President Joe Biden. And before I get started, I just want to say, before anybody start accusing me of partisan hackery, that there's no partisan hackery on my part, because when it comes to President Joe Biden, um, I'm not a fan. Was he the lesser evil in the election of last year? Yeah, I guess he was the lesser evil. But he's been overall a disappointment, like most presidents are disappointments to me. I feel sorry for a lot of the progressives who thought he was going to become the next FDR. And I warned them that that's not going to happen. No $15 hour minimum wage, no public option, no labor law reforms, no Green New Deal, or anything like that. That's going to be transformative and meaningful to the American people. Now, I do have a little hope that we may do to pull out of Afghanistan. We're going to have to wait and see. And if he can do that, I will congratulate him and make it public. But if we're still in Afghanistan after 9/11, I would know that his presidency is doomed, and the Democrats, who has the slimmest of majority in both the U.S. House and U.S. Senate, that they're going to eat up their political modest gains, and the Republicans will take back the House and the Senate in the year 2022. So let's talk about what I'm going to talk about, because, as I said, I just want to have it cleared up that I'm not being a partisan hack. And we know partisan hacks are very, very vicious. Democratic Party partisan hacks, Republican Party partisan hacks. They're both sides are very vicious. It's nauseating. Over the years, just back and forth, and they, each side accuses the other, their political opponents, on the basis of character these days than policy. That's what they do. They attack on the basis of character and policies, and a lot of stuff that's not even all that important. The one that I hear all the time is, well, this president just spends too much time playing golf. If I had $1 for every time I heard Donald Trump plays golf too much, Barack Obama plays golf too much, George W. Bush plays golf too much, Bill Clinton plays golf too much. If I had $1 for every time I hear that, I could retire right now. I don't think Joe Biden plays much golf. But anyway, as I said, it's over meaningless crap rather than actual policy that will make a difference to people's lives. Now, where everything gets crazy is the accusation on, you're acting like whoever's the president at the moment, you acting like that is a war criminal. Well, they kind of all are war criminals when I think about it. When you think about the droning in the Middle East and the preemptive wars and military strikes and things of that nature. And that would be Joe Biden. That would be Donald Trump. That would be Barack Obama. That would be George W. Bush. That would be Bill Clinton. That would be George Bush Sr., Ronald Reagan, all the way back. So, so let me rephrase that. They're acting like everybody wants to act like the president that they hate at the moment is the next Hitler. Maybe that's probably the best way to put it. Oh, this person's Hitler. That's what they'll say. They'll, in Joe Biden's case, they're saying, oh, he's Joe Stalin or he's Mao. And Donald Trump's case, he's Hitler. You know, in Barack Obama's case, he's whatever. I'm trying to think what dictatorship. In their case, they're going to think Idi Amin or something like that, or Robert Mugabe with Barack Obama. And with George W. Bush, again, Hitler. And with Bill Clinton, you know, he's Fidel Castro. I mean, it gets ridiculous, you know. And we have a lot of evil people. Well, generic evil. I mean, they have killed with their policies. They have killed people, but I still wouldn't put them on par with something as like the Holocaust in Germany during World War II, or Pol Pot's killing field, the Khmer Rouge government in Cambodia. You wouldn't go that route, but I need to say that that's what they do. They'll go and accuse everybody of everything evil under the sun. Now, I did not like Donald Trump, but and I'm going to get in trouble with the left saying this. I don't think that Donald Trump was Hitler. Oh, I think Donald Trump has some bigoted tendencies in him. You know, I mean, you know, he's, you know, I see him being a real estate developer, you know, his work in real estate and everything, doing things that were discriminatory against blacks, for example. And I think it may even have had more to do with greed than anything else. But, you know, and his rhetoric about the wall and demonizing Hispanics, especially those crossing the border, was certainly not out of love and tolerance and compassion and empathy. It was certainly hate driven. Now, it's possible it was rehearsed and it was red meat, because I know he's an entertainer. It's possible he knew this gets his right wing base hot and bothered and motivated, and it trolls and pisses off the liberals and the lefties. So, yeah, is he a racist? You know, I mean, I think he's a little bit bigoted, but I wouldn't go as far as say he's a white nationalist. Did he commit rape that he's been accused of? Again, I need evidence. Was he involved with sex trafficking with Jeffrey Epstein? Again, you know, I need real evidence. And so, you know, with Joe Biden, did he sexually harass Tara Reid? Again, I need evidence. Now, if Donald Trump and Joe Biden are guilty of sex trafficking or rape or sexual harassment, you know, and it's beyond a doubt, and people's lives are wrecked, and as a result, and it's directly linked to them, yes, throw the book at them, prosecute them. Now, here's where they're talking about Joe Biden. They're accusing him of pedophilia, and they're accusing him of being some kind of a pervert, because, you know, he's always seemingly just, you know, grabbing usually a young woman or a grown woman or even a young girl, and looking like he's smelling the hair. He's looking like he's like trying to kiss the neck or what have you. And you can sit there and take these pictures of a man who is suffering from dementia and is obviously a damn doddering old fool that doesn't know what's going on, and make it look creepier than it actually is. And that's my point. I do not think that Joe Biden is sitting there fondling little young girls or fondling married women who are half his age. I mean, again, this is the partisan crap that goes on. And so I do not think that Joe Biden is a predator, in my opinion. I got a lot of beef with Joe Biden on ideological grounds. I have a lot of beef. I resent the fact that he had his campaign rigged it against Bernie Sanders last year, and we were deprived of a man who would have been the greatest president since FDR, Bernie Sanders. I am still pissed about that. But do I think that Joe Biden is a predator, a pervert, a pedophile? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And let me elaborate further about the normalization of these outrageous claims that people make toward politicians that they do not like. I'll give you an example. Racism. And I'm going to kind of fault liberals a little bit on this one, where there's been a lot of times where liberals will debate conservatives and conservatives will debate liberals. And there's a meme that says that a quote unquote racist is a charge that liberals make when they're losing an argument. I would say maybe that's a 50% of the time a correct allegation or claim. However, when a racist is being a racist and a liberal's calling them out on their racism, then no, that has no weight. But if you're calling somebody racist because they want a corporate gains tax cut, I mean, okay, that's stupid. And unfortunately, there are too many liberals that kind of do mess like that. And so they throw the word racism. And a number of conservatives who are not racist. They're wrong on a lot of policies, but they're not racist. They're maybe racially insensitive, you could say. And they've been throwing that claim over and over and over again. All of a sudden, the stigma goes away. And all right now, they're coming out of their racism closets, and you have an alt-right movement that's out there right now, making racism, palatable to a mainstream America. And I miss the days when being a racist was a faux pas. It was considered socially frowned upon. And what they have done, unfortunately, have made it so where some people who are actually racist feel comfortable being a racist in public. So the term socialism, this is where the conservatives and the Republicans are doing this sort of crap too, because anybody they hate, they'll call them a socialist or they'll call them a communist. The one thing that got me was Bill Clinton. They kept on saying in the 1990s that Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are socialists, when in fact, Bill and Hillary Clinton took charge of an organization called the Democratic Leadership Council that went to rebrand the Democratic Party and Reaganize the Democratic Party and made the Democratic Party no longer a New Deal liberal party, but made the Democratic Party a political party which has the ideology of moderate elements of the Reagan Revolution. The people who might have been considered centrist or even liberal leaning in the Reagan coalition, that particular factionalism ideology made it into the Democratic Party as we know it today. In the same way that Tony Blair rebranded labor in the 1990s in Great Britain with the New Labor Project, basically making the Labor Party in the 1990s and throughout the first decade of the 2000s into something that was like a moderate Margaret Thatcher-like entity. And so calling Bill Clinton a socialist because, that's all they have, when Bill Clinton's policies were nothing at all socialist or socialistic. At best, maybe the Clintons were liberal on a few social issues, and calling them a socialist and then calling all Democrats socialists, over and over and over and over again. And the stigma of socialism came out, and Bernie Sanders was like, hey, I'm a socialist and I'm running for president. And people discovered that they were socialists. Now, I don't have a problem with that because I'm a socialist myself. But the thing about it, my point is that the stigma that of the term, you use it, it gets normalized later on. So, and accusations of pedophilia operates on the same principle. Unfortunately, I am very, very, very concerned because everybody accusing everybody else of being a pedophile when 95% of the time, the persons they're accusing of being a pedophile is not true. And what alarms me about that is that keep doing that mess, all of a sudden, actual pedophiles are going to want to have acceptance. And that's something that shouldn't be. I mean, as far as the issue of pedophilia, if an individual has those inclinations and he or she do not want to be a pedophile, yet they have those inclinations and they seek help, I think society owes it to them to seek treatment so they're not going to be of any danger to children. And so that is probably as far as quote unquote empathy or compassion that I could potentially have for them. But the thing about it is there should be zero tolerance on pedophilia. And all this talk, accusing each other, accusing each political party and individuals and elected individuals in each of the party or people who vote Democrat or vote Republican, saying, "Oh, y'all are just party of pedophiles," or you're the ones that want to legitimize and normalize pedophilia. Be careful when you do that because that's going to go and normalize that shit. And that's what's I'm worried about in that regard. And again, I do not think that 95% of the people in this country, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're liberal, I don't care if you're a conservative, I don't care if you do not have a political point of view one way or the other. 95% of the people in this country, white, black, purple, gay, straight, bi, I don't care what it is. Christian, Jew, Muslim, atheist, human beings, 95% of the people do not support pedophilia. And that is my point. So I do not think that Joe Biden is a pedophile. And that's basically what I've been trying to say for almost the past 20 minutes. If you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you're not, comment anyway. We'll have a conversation. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it because we're the muckrakers of our time. And once again, as I will say in each video, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Help make this channel grow, please. And until next time, I am American Social Democracy. Peace. Class struggle yesterday, class struggle today, class struggle tomorrow, and class struggle until we achieve full and economic social justice for all in our time.